So yeah, right. Not gonna lie, animation is pretty cool. I mean, just look at the peak that's on the screen. But what about the indie stuff? The creations and projects made outside of the bigger animation industry. I'm talking fan animation, original stuff, anime-inspired stuff, non-anime inspired stuff, and anything else in between. Indie animation has taken over the internet with shows like Hell of a Boss, The Amazing Digital Circus, and even that one Dragon Ball animation, Legend of Dragon Ball Tale. That video was literally everywhere at the time, you couldn't escape it. And honestly deserved, you can feel all the passion put into it. The animation was peak. Like, look at that bounce. That's not something that would happen in reality. But it's not about conveying reality. It's about conveying the feeling of what it would be like to get smashed into the ground at that speed, to go beyond reality, to make something truly special. With my flow back on track, there's also this YouTuber, kevnyan, who definitely make interesting videos.
Step away from the box. Help me, help me.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
I often send some of these videos to some of my friends who have no clue who kevnyan is, without providing any context at all, because I go by the rules: if I have to get scarred for life, I'm taking other people down with me. But yeah, all of those have their own unique qualities, and you can see the time and passion put into them. But I'm not gonna talk about any of that, because everybody's been talking about those, and they do deserve the attention. But I wanna get into some stuff that I feel just haven't been talked about as much, as well as things I just personally find interesting. So I've scoured the internet, looking under every crevice, every corner, for some cool moving picture shows. This video is just a big excuse for me to talk about one of my passions, that being animation, as I am an animator myself, who sits on a mountain of unfinished projects. Also, this video is supposed to come out months ago, but here we are. So let's finally just get into this.
I'ma kill them all. Back to the wall. Sooner or later we all gotta fall. Have you ever seen a motherfucking pit with a job and a dirty chainsaw? Step up and get your nose pushed. Get your body thrown up against the rose bush. Brains running up like a long road. Stay shish kebab you with a lamppost.
FLCL or Fooly Cooly is one of my favorite animes, and yes, this show is gonna tie back into indie animation. It holds such a special place in my heart, and was one of the first anime outside of the bigger ones, like Dragon Ball or Naruto, that I genuinely fell in love with, and made me want to seek out more things like this. And it was only 6 episodes, but believe me, I watched those 6 episodes on loop so many times that every scene is permanently burned into my brain. But if you don't know anything at all about this anime, how I describe it for people who haven't seen it is pretty much, it's one of the weirdest shows you'll ever see. And everything is a metaphor for something, and I literally mean everything. That soda right there, that's a metaphor. That and having some of the best music out there, with chill vibes and chaotic animation, telling a simple story about growing up. And there may be aliens and robots and stuff like that, so maybe it's not so simple, but other than that, it's pretty straightforward. But yeah, pretty normal.
Nothing really special ever happens here. In this place, life was pretty slow.
Not gonna lie, I just be scrolling on Twitter sometimes for hours at 3 AM to 4 AM to sometimes 5 AM because I physically cannot go to sleep anymore. But when I found out, a group of talented animators came together to reanimate one of the episodes in a variation of unique art and animation styles, flipping through them every few seconds, giving each animator a chance to shine and show what they're truly capable of, to create this almost mesmerizing trip or roller coaster of animation. I was like, say less, you got my attention. Reanimated projects like these are nothing new, as they've been done with video games, other anime, cartoons, and so on. Some examples: Kirby, CHOWDER, one of the many Curse the Cowardly Dog episodes that scarred people for life. Is that a JoJo's reference? Ojamajo Doremi, some magical girl anime I have not seen. So I hope I said that correctly because I am bad at speaking words. There are quite literally hours of me saying stuff incorrectly. Also, all of those will be linked down below in case you want to check them out because they're all really cool. But back to Fooly Cooly Reanimated. Yeah, I just wanted to talk about it because I just feel such a cool way to show respect for a series you love. Man, Fooly Cooly deserves it. And with over 300 animators working on this project, it shows how much people really do care. Genuinely love this show as much as I do. If you haven't seen the anime, go check it out, and when this reanimated project comes out, check that out too. Links to their channel and Twitter in the description. As I'm recording this video, it's not currently out. So yeah, update from future me. Yeah, it's coming out this year after 4 years of development, and by the time this video is up, it's probably already out. If not, link to the trailer. If it is, link to the episode. Again, in the description. It takes me way too long to make these videos, man. I'm so far behind. But before we talk about the next thing, I just gotta say, bro, just look at this, look at that, it's just, bro, this looks so good.
It looks good on you. New style, the bandage look? Whatever. I don't care about these clothes.
Nothing amazing.
Can't do that! That power's mine! It's out of me!
In space, no one can hear you scream, due to the fact that there are no atoms or molecules for sound to bounce off of. And just that simple fact truly conveys how terrifying space really is. Or at least to me, that's a terrifying idea. But Alien, one of my favorite sci-fi horror franchises. So when Alien Romulus came out, I was hyped. It's me from the future again. Since this video is months and months past due, I'm coming at this movie with the excitement of someone who just saw it. But in making the video, I found out there was a lot of hate for the movie, and I gotta stand and say this, I still think the movie's really good. Even months later after rewatching it, I just had to make my stance known. But back to past me. Had great characters, amazing cinematography, and overall, I really liked it. But you know what else came out around that time that is also Alien related? Well, it's an anime-inspired Alien fan animation entitled Monday. And at this point, we're fully back to the future. Animated short films are some of the best things out there, and this one is no exception. Just from the first few seconds, you can tell there was a lot of work put into this to make it the best it can be. Over 6 years, in fact. And animated by one person, Otaking, or Paul Johnson. And coming from someone who's working on an animated project, and being a solo animator as well, I just gotta say, making an almost 20-minute short film at this quality and detail is kind of insane. But it's also really impressive, and I respect the dedication. This man is quite literally built different. But he did have other people on the project, like a co-director, Claudia Montalegre, but they also go by Maki. One of the main goals was to bring back 90s style animation, and I say he succeeded, because this definitely gives those vibes. And I'm here for it because I honestly love that style. But for the story, it all begins when one of the crew members of this mining ship, Ashlyn, waking up from cryosleep, only to discover there may be something else hidden among them. All of this on a Monday, hence the name. I feel like there's some sort of obvious Garfield joke I can make here, but I couldn't think of one, so yeah.
Wake up, Technician Ashlyn.
What time is it?
07:43, Monday, 26th of April.
Great. I hate Mondays.
And just like Alien should, this short film gave off the feeling of something slowly stalking you, something being off in the corner, just barely out of your sight, and the pure creeping fear that comes along with that. It's also filled with so many intense scenes that have you on the edge of your seat, unsure of what's gonna happen next. The atmosphere is amazing, the animation is so good, and it just perfectly captures this classic sci-fi horror. So if you haven't seen it, link down below, check it out, it's really good. But now, let's move on to the next thing. PxAY OFF or PxAY OFF. Actually, you know what, my fault. I forgot we have
Technology.
PxAY.
Could be pronounced like that too. Now this one's a bit different because it doesn't necessarily lean itself heavily into anime like the two others before. This indie animation is definitely more cartoonish, but I feel this has a lot of appeal to anime fans, especially those who like the art style of Penny and Stocking with Garter Belt, which is such a great anime and I can't wait for season 2. But also there's an anime vibe to this animation to the point where I wouldn't be surprised if the creator, Marco Cardenas, was inspired by it. Also this indie cartoon is just really stylistically cool, from the colors to the character designs to just the way things move. But a little bit about the story. The main character is Liv, a debt collector working for a shady moneylender. And you see this guy right here, this Barney looking bastard. I'm convinced he's some sort of Lovecraftian entity. I mean, just look at that face. You may say, no, don't judge a book by its cover. I'm judging everything about that cover. You can't tell me otherwise. He ain't up to some shit. But yeah, there's just so much personality put into this, even from the music, composed by Fahrenheit and Fierro. And I'm not gonna lie, I would listen to this just casually. The music playing right now is just a little vibey vibe. Also, I just want to point out the character animation is so good. They're so expressive and energetic and I love it. And all the characters have really fun and entertaining personalities. This is the type of thing I'd want to see a full series of, not gonna lie.
With all the crime in the city, it's hard to keep track of what every crook is up to. I know firsthand that getting mixed up with criminals is no good, but as long as you pay off your loan, it doesn't matter where you get the money from.
Well, these are difficult times.
But let's keep it going, there's more to talk about. Next up, 2 honorable mentions. One, an animator that actually worked on the FLCL Reanimated project, Kevnyan. Their work is really cool, really stylistic, and just overall exudes coolness. And the other honorable mention being Interstellar Ranger Commence, an original anime series from the YouTube channel Brown Table. Basically a show about people training to become heroes that explore the vastness of space. Think My Hero Academia mixed with Star Trek. And if that sounds interesting to you, maybe you'll like it. I knew about the series for a while, but I only saw episode 1. It's only recently decided to check out the rest of the episodes. And honestly, I want to shout out the level of improvements they made to the series as it went along. I will say I feel like the first episode had some room to grow, but as they kept going and going, you can see the improvements and strides they made with each episode. And with the most recent one, it was pretty damn good, and I honestly can't wait to see what they cook up next. But now for the final thing I want to talk about. Our past and memories can have a profound impact on us, whether that be the good, those moments with your friends or family that you'll never forget, or the bad to tragic ones, those that you wish could just disappear forever. This film dives into a lot of that, how we choose to cope with these negative feelings and more, but with a really interesting twist, that being bugmen.
There are 93 recorded bugmen, each one having their own unique way of spreading chaos.
When the world around you isn't what it seems, you may be in the presence of a bugman, beings that can warp the very nature of one's memories. Thankfully, there are people there to help. They're called memory collectors. They're here to bring order among the chaos. Basically, you have some shit going on in your head, something going on in your mental, it creates a bugman. And these people come along to beat the shit out of it with such great fucking animation, bro. But yeah, these bugmen are basically like memory parasites. And if these things aren't dealt with, well, they may just get a little wild, a little chaotic. Just like how in the real world, there's a lot of things going on in our heads, and if we never confront this stuff, it can lead to it getting out of control.
What happened?
Your brain's got a parasite or something.
What's going on over there?
My boss is fighting the parasite.
What?
False Memory is a Chinese animated short film, first starting off as a one-off short back in 2020, now getting its own series with Studio Tumble and Flint Sugar. Also links to both the trailer and short film down below. This short captured me immediately with the unique art and animation style that is thankfully being carried over to the full series. It's kind of a simpler style, but something about it I just like a lot. I was already invested in a little bit we got about this crazy world, so I'm genuinely excited to see what more comes from it. Also gives me heavy, and I mean heavy, FLCL Fooly Cooly vibes. Okay, I'm done mentioning FLCL Fooly Cooly stuff, okay, I'm done, I promise. But yeah, it's just all around really cool, and has such a chill vibe to it, while at the same time dealing with a bunch of really sad stuff, like bullying and loneliness, even being able to mix some comedy into it, and having it all just work so well together, yeah.
Welcome to the Memory Administration Bureau's recycling depot. The day-to-day is mostly physical labor, recycling, sorting, and disposing of discarded memories and the like.
All the stuff I've been talking about throughout the video is truly inspiring. It makes me want to finally finish my many animated projects. Shit takes a long time. There are more things I wanted to talk about, and I may make a follow-up video, a part 2, talking about more animations. But man, there are just so many amazing things people are doing, and truthfully, they're pushing me to work harder on the things I'm doing, show off the things I've been working on behind the scenes. But yeah, hopefully you guys got something from this. Ideas, inspiration, and you, person watching this on their phone or computer. How's it going? How you doing? But before I go, make sure to check out my second channel if you want more content from me, where I do a variety of different things over there. Also, like and subscribe, and comment a short film that you like or your favorite one out of the ones I've talked about. And until next time, dear viewer, peace out.